Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Authors Up. We got Victoria there in the background. Victoria is still grooving to the music. I tell you what, it's a good Sunday evening, right?
It is. It is.
I'm Andrea Hines, and I'm here with my co-hosts Ruth E. Griffin and Victoria E. Henderson. Good evening, ladies. Good evening.
Good
How are you all
evening.
doing today? Let's start with you, Victoria. How you doing today, girl?
I could be better.
Yes, could be
Could
better.
be better. I don't look like how I feel, but I don't know. I woke up this morning and this is what was going on. There we go. I've been trying to work on it all day, but still not where I want it to be. So it's okay.
Queen is in hush mode tonight.
Yes.
She's moving stealth. She's moving quiet, but she's here, and
And
we're
I
glad.
don't and I don't like it.
And you don't like. You don't
Oh,
like.
you can't talk.
You don't like it. You don't like it.
I don't like it.
Ruth, you good tonight? How you doing?
I am good. I got my Sunday nap. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
No wonder you look so relaxed. You just, resting on that hand.
Okay.
All
Yep.
things are going well. That's good.
That's
That's
it.
good. That's good. And we're going to go ahead and I tell you what, it's been a busy week this week, and all things are going the way that they need to go. Victoria, can you whisper a weekend review? Can you say it in a sentence?
It was interesting. It was interesting. Of course, the election and work, and you know what I just decided to do. I decided that I'm not going to be mad and do all of this, whatever, because we know God is still in control. I went on my TikTok and I've been trying to encourage people that everything is going to be okay. God is in control. And we just got to band together, stick together. Now is the time to start stacking up your coins. If you got a business, start working on your business, invest in some stocks, be about your business. That's what it's time to do. So that's what I've been doing. So I've been in good spirits. Whoever is going to be president, that does not matter. As long as we keep loving and living each other, everything is going to be okay.
All
All
right.
right.
And that's our public service announcement from Queen here at Authors Up. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, laryngitis is not going to stop her. Look at
There
her.
you go. There you go. Now, let's see. Oh, you okay?
I'm okay.
Oh, okay. My weekend review. I am kind of like Victoria. It is what it is. I didn't stay in that space very long because if we trust God the way that we say that we do, then it was no news to him. He already has a plan. I'm going to seek his face like I always have and see what he's going to tell me to do. And we're going to keep it going just that way. Other than that, it was all things the train. And I hope everybody enjoys part two tonight. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm going to turn it over to Miss Ruth.
Well, I want to share something from a book I found this week. So, but to preface it a little bit, I have been having abdominal pain, right? It's chronic at this point. And earlier in the year, I had to go to hospital for an ovarian cyst, and I thought it might be that again, but it wasn't. So that's good. We're still trying to figure it out. But I was talking to my coworkers, one of whom collects rare first edition books.
Oh,
And it was really interesting because she pulled out, and we were joking around, but I was sharing them with, my issues. And she was like, hold on, I have a book that might help. And she pulled out a 1923 home medical book.
Wow.
And we were kind of just going through it, and she found a section on female diseases. And this was their take on what might be going on. And it said, all those excitements which arise from unbridled thoughts, from books of questionable character, from music, social intercourse, and stimulating food and drinks, all which promote and intensify burning desires, which, though natural and proper in themselves, cannot lawfully be gratified into a community where the female sex greatly preponderates numerically over the male. When we consider how powerful within a woman's breast, that conflict often is between the impulse of passion and the dictates of duty. We can easily see in how many cases their ovaries may become inflamed.
Throw the whole book away.
What?
What the
What?
what?
Yeah, like
What
a
the what?
man 100 years ago, it was. I laughed so hard. I was like, okay.
Okay, let's go get some tea.
Okay. What the what?
Way up here somewhere.
What? I
Well,
can't
So
carry
yes,
two women
it was.
all better now.
Yeah, I'm all better now. Now that some
I hope
guy
you
100
laughed
years
away the
ago
pain.
figured out.
That's what happened.
That's it. That is it. Wow.
Yeah, so honestly,
That's
I
right.
love
We are
books.
not
They
getting the
listen
book.
to me.
We're not getting the book. No, we're not getting the book.
You're not getting that book. So
No.
I had a good laugh, and I wanted to share that laugh with you guys.
Thank you.
As
I
women, I
needed
thought you
that.
would understand.
I needed that. Thank you. Thank you. You laughed so hard, you laughed the pain away, right?
I had no choice. So yes. But that brings us to tonight. There won't be any side splitting laughter, but I know that last week was awesome, and I know that this week, part two of the train is going to be just as great, and it will be, you know, it won't be whatever that guy said in the book, but it will be awesome.
It'll be wonderful, wonderful.
Yes, and we are excited to present part two of the train.
All right, everybody, all aboard. Here we go.
Choo choo.
On our last episode, classmates and colleagues Pat, Jean, and Charlotte met at the popular newly renovated Crown Pavilion for lunch and to catch up on this journey called life. They were reminiscing and sharing news, old and new, as they awaited the arrival of their friend Diamond. They had decided to travel by train to the wedding of the other member of this group of fine, fabulous friends, as they like to refer to themselves. That's right, the wedding of the one and only Samantha Green. There had been laughter and a little bit of tension already, as you would expect from 5 very different personalities. But Charlotte received a phone call that made her quite emotional, and no one knew why.
I told you something was going on with Charlotte.
I don't think I've ever seen her cry. Uh-oh, here comes Diamond. If anyone knows what's up, she does.
Oh, God. Hey, ladies, how are you all doing? Where's Charlotte?
We thought she went to wait for you. She was on the phone and, she was a little upset and then she just took off.
Oh, she's all right. At least she will be. Well, ladies, what are we going to do?
Do about what?
Charlotte didn't tell you?
No, she did not. But we're sure hoping you will. What in the name of all that is holy is going on here?
Yes, please. Jean and I were trying to talk to Charlotte, and she's all over the place.
I've never seen her like that.
She was so upset.
I mean, I can't imagine what's going on.
It was so strange.
Look,
What's wrong?
the wedding is off.
Diamond, what are you talking about?
Look, forgive me, ladies, for not greeting you in my usual manner, but I have just...
No forgiveness necessary. Just please tell us. I mean, we don't know a thing. What we thought we knew, well, never mind, that was all wrong. When you weren't here, we started thinking that maybe it was something wrong with you
Or maybe your husband and the kids.
or Charlotte and her new boo thing. Well, I mean, we just didn't know. So tell us what happened.
Well, just as I was about to leave the house, you know I don't live far, I got a call and it was from Samantha. She just said very calmly, the wedding is off. Please tell the girls for me. Don't worry about me. I'll be perfectly fine. Just wanted to save you a trip.
Save us a trip. Are you kidding me? What on earth could be wrong? Is he sick? Is she sick? Is it another woman? Another man?
Mm.
Cheating. I bet the dog is cheating. Nah. Well, it couldn't be Samantha. Samantha wouldn't be unfaithful to anything or anyone.
Hold on, everybody. This may not be as strange as you think.
What do you mean, Pat?
Right around the time of Samantha's engagement, I ran into her quite by accident. Both of us were doing our own separate work thing, but we decided to get together for lunch. We had the strangest conversation.
But that was a little while ago. This sounds like it's something that happened just a few days.
You know, I think you're right.
Hmm.
As everyone was talking at once, putting in their 2 cents about last communications, new plans, and trying to figure out just what was what, Pat was trying to remember what happened in her last chance meeting with Samantha. They had a great time, she remembered that. Comfortable conversation, but there were some uncomfortable moments. There must have been a clue somewhere in there. She had to have missed something. If only she could remember.
Hey, Samantha,
Hey, Pat. I haven't kept you waiting, have I?
you didn't keep me waiting at all. As a matter of fact, I just got here.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so let's go ahead and get comfortable and tell each other our deepest, darkest secrets. You first.
No, you first. You can go first.
No, you first.
No, I'm going to let you go ahead and tell me everything about
Mm-mm.
yourself.
No, I thought it up. So why should I go first? You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. Although there's not much to tell, no, I absolutely adore my job. I get to travel. There are lots of perks. Girl, I'm even back in church and I'm singing in the choir. The whole deal. I'm even thinking about getting a dog.
A dog? Are you kidding me?
No, I want a therapy one to keep me company. You know, I even keep up with Jean and Diamond and Charlotte just so that I can stay in contact with them and not be lonely.
Well, as far as the dog, I don't think that's what they're for. But I do remember Charlotte. Diamond was sort of coaching her, right? She's very pretty, a little bit man crazy, but she's got a good heart.
That's Charlotte, all right. But what have you been up to? I see you were hosting a conference recently.
Listen, Pat, to say that everything is wonderful is an understatement. Oh my goodness, life has just been great. Um, I wish I could tell you the story or say, hey, let's spend the rest of the evening talking about this event, but I can't. But what I can say is that I've been so consumed with wedding plans, and that goes from everything. an appointment after another, one decision after another, what colors, what venues, who's on the guest list, things like that, on and on.
Samantha. Hey, Samantha. Yoo-hoo.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Pat. I just needed to talk to someone, someone close to me who is able to allow me to be honest and transparent. Pat, I am just miserable. And I'm tired of being unhappy when I'm not. All I've ever wanted for as long as I can remember is just to be happy. And I'm tired of getting hurt. I'm tired of feeling lost. And I'm tired of feeling alone, even when I'm with someone.
Samantha, where is this coming from? And why didn't you call me? You know you can talk to me about anything and it doesn't go anywhere. You know that. You've been so happy. And now this?
I know it seems like it's out of the blue, and I guess I've just been embarrassed.
Embarrassed about what?
About how I'm feeling, Pat.
I thought that this would be the happiest time in your life. I mean, you're getting married just like you always wanted. We've saved the day, made travel plans. Every time I talk to you, it has been pure bliss. I mean, you have been
Pat,
planning.
I am terrified. One minute I want to call this whole wedding off, and then the next I just want to elope because I'm excited. Like my emotions are all over the place.
Samantha, are you sure you're not?
Not what? Are you crazy? Do you know how old I am?
Don't get upset. It's a fair question. Okay. All right. I lost my mind for a minute. But let me ask you this. Are you okay? Are your parents okay? Have you checked on them? Are they all right? Tell me this. Are you stressed about anything else besides this wedding?
No.
I know you went to the doctor recently. Is your health okay? Is it financial? Are y'all having financial problems?
It's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Now that's a name that Pat had not heard for a very long time. He was the man of Samantha's dreams. At least that's what they all thought. He was attentive and charismatic, at home with all of her friends and family, knew just enough about any subject to be engaging in conversation. He was financially stable, well-groomed, and he was fine. The two of them were considered the couple. Jeffrey was a catch, and thank God he was. Caught, I mean. Just as his dark side and narcissistic tendencies started to surface, it came to light that Samantha wasn't the only one who wanted Jeffrey. He was wanted in 3 states for everything from fraud to assault and battery, Ponzi schemes, a string of DUIs, and, well, the list goes on. The fact that Samantha was thinking about him at all was not a good sign.
What if I'm making a mistake, the same mistake? What if Joshua isn't who I think he is? What if he's...
What if you put those wedding jitters in a bag and stop overthinking? Jeffrey was one of a kind, An accident waiting to happen. None of us saw through his game.
That's what I mean, Pat. Suppose I'm missing something again. What if there is something that I'm not considering? Now, granted, I hadn't known Jeffrey very long, but if I'm really honest with myself, there was always something that was uneasy with him.
Have you ever felt that way about Joshua?
Never.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a quick question. You ready?
Mhm.
Is Joshua on the down low?
Pat, stop. It's nothing like that.
If it's nothing like that, then it's nothing at all. Samantha, you and Joshua were friends before you were anything else. You've taken it slowly and you've been engaged now, what, for the short side of forever? You are both ready to commit and to have a covenant relationship and not ride on some random runaway train. Think about it.
You're probably right, Pat. In fact, I know you are. Pat, you know what? In all of the years that I've known you, you never really talk about yourself. Sure, you're always the listening ear for us, but I know things haven't been that easy for you.
And how do you know?
Odds. Odds are that everyone has their mountains and valleys in their life. Besides, one of your favorite sayings is everyone has a story. It just depends on whether they're willing to share it or not. Well, what's your story, Pat?
Sorry, my friend, there isn't much of anything to tell. I have to think very hard to determine a time you were not in my life. So I guess I just assumed you knew everything about me.
Not by a long shot. I didn't know your name was Patrice until we were about 10 years old. And I'm discovering that people can be in our lives for all of our lives, but we still don't know them as well as we think we do. Now, I know that things aren't as they should, and you may not want to go down this route with this conversation, but let me just ask you this one question. How do you do it?
How do I do what?
Live without a relationship and not be bothered by it.
What things makes you think that I'm not bothered by it? And what makes you think that I haven't been in a relationship? There have been a lot of gaps in our journey. Before you let your mind wander, I've had my share of relationships. Good and girl, some bad. Most of the time I was just dubbed a friend. You know, the one that gave the great advice, the level-headed one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't always start there, but somehow I always ended up there. Marriage didn't work for me, so I decided I chose not to keep buying tickets on that romance train.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't regretted it, not one day.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what, Pat? I don't think that this is the end of your story.
You know what? I love you, but why are you asking me this stuff?
Well, I ran across some of our old journals and I came across the one with all of the train analogies. Do you remember that? Do you remember when you
Yes.
gave it to me? I guess it just made me think.
Pat and Samantha shared a lot with each other that day, things that they had never shared with anyone else, especially Pat. She talked about her one true love and how the relationship started and how it ended badly, leaving her with a broken heart from which she thought she would never heal. But she did, and she decided there was more life to live that didn't include a ring and a promise.
Pat, Pat, where did you go? You look like you went into a whole nother world there.
I guess I was for a minute. What have you all decided?
We're not quite in the decision making mode just yet. Diamond went to go talk to Charlotte, but she'll be back in a minute. You started telling us about, when you ran into Samantha before you went off into Neverland and, started daydreaming. Here comes Diamond.
Any new news?
Nothing yet. Have either of you come up with a plan? Oh, Pat, what were you going to tell us about your last conversation with Samantha?
Nothing really. I felt like she was searching for something, and I'm still not sure what it was. I had the feeling something hadn't come to the surface, or maybe I just wasn't giving her the answers she wanted to hear. So I guess it really wasn't important. But when I spoke to her a couple of days ago and we were talking about this weekend, she was fine. I mean, she was excited, happy, fine. Diamond, did she give it have happened?
Not a one. As a matter of fact, she told me not to even ask her any questions, that she'd tell us all the details later. She was just really calm.
Well, obviously, that was the calm before the storm.
Is she still at the hotel? The wedding is day after tomorrow. How is she going to break the news to everyone? Think, Diamond. Did she say anything else? No clues, not even a hint?
I'm telling you, I've got nothing.
Well, while you all have been involved in aimless chit chat, here's what I think we're going to do. Diamond, look at your phone. Samantha's number is going to be in there. Pat, you call her because she'll talk to you before she will talk to anyone else. Why are you two staring at me? Go ahead, make the call.
And say what?
Just call her. You'll figure it out.
Hey, Samantha. It's me, Pat. No. Don't hang up. I just needed to talk to you for a minute. I needed to hear your voice and make sure you were okay. Are you still at the hotel? Good. Is anybody with you? Oh, okay. Your cousin Nita is there? Great. Because we didn't want you to be alone. I'm not trying to press, but who knows, huh? Okay. Well, stay put because we'll be on the way. Me, Diamond, Charlotte, and Jean. I know, but we're coming anyway. Now we're just coming a little bit earlier. I'll call you back in a little bit with the details, and you better answer the phone. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, Jean, what are the details? What's the plan for getting there? And what will we do once we arrive?
While Jean was busy looking up the train schedules, Charlotte was trying to, reach her boo still, and Diamond was busy explaining to her husband why he was going to have to cancel his card game and watch the kids, while she was out on a mission to save a sister from, she wasn't quite sure what. For sure, these friends were good in a crisis, and this was a crisis if they'd ever seen one.
Okay, now listen. The next train for Pikesville leaves at 9:30 p.m. That's about 3 hours from now, and it's almost 6. Is there any way you all can pull it together and get back here by 9? I know it's tight, but can you pull it off?
Can we pull it off? You mean, can you pull it off?
Look, I got in yesterday late, but I have a suite across at the pavilion, and I never really unpacked, so we'll be fine.
So what about Charlotte?
Don't worry about Charlotte. She'll be fine. She'll be with me. Business taken care of.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Did you say something, Jean?
Not a thing. Not a thing.
So, going tonight is just going to be super tight for me. But if I can't make it tonight, then Charlotte and I will take the same train that we plan to take this morning. Okay, I'll grab Charlotte on my way out, and then I'll check in as soon as I know for sure what we're doing.
Well, well, we'll see everybody when they get here.
Okay. I should be back around 8:30. I literally have to just step in the door and pick up my other bag and keep the same Uber back here. I'll make a couple of calls while I'm riding.
Okay, remember track 16. Go on now. Go.
Jean, have you heard anything from Diamond?
Girl, your timing is getting scary. I just hung up. She's coming in the morning like she originally planned. Turned out one of the kids had gotten sick, and she just didn't feel right leaving him with hubby. So her mom, who was already scheduled to come in the morning, she'll be there when in the morning. So we're just going to keep everything as is.
Well, that will cancel Charlotte for tonight. She won't leave without Diamond. And right now, she's still searching for her one and only.
Well, like you say, God will work it out. Pat, Are you sure you're okay? You didn't sound like yourself.
Jean, do you believe you can do a right thing a wrong way?
Well, you know, I guess you can. Hey, what's going on really? You seem to be preoccupied ever since you got back here. You're really worried about Samantha, aren't you?
Jean, you have no idea.
To say she was preoccupied was an understatement. As Pat headed for the door out of the pavilion to get her Uber to take her home, she glanced over at the bar, and lo and behold, there he was, the love of Charlotte's life, in the clutches of a drop-dead gorgeous woman who was sitting way too close to be a friend, colleague, associate, or cousin. Good grief, she thought. Charlotte had shown them his picture, and there he was in the flesh. She hated what she saw, but she couldn't deny it. Question is, does she tell Charlotte, or let her keep waiting for that phone call Pat is sure will never come? Tune in next week and be prepared for another stop on the train.
Oh, 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 Lord.
What you think, ladies? What you think gonna happen? What you think gonna happen next week?
It's definitely getting spicy.
Yep. That's the right word for it.
Well
Oh.
done, well done, well done.
Mm-mm-mm.
I am enjoying it so much.
With Miss Charlotte in her booth, and you think she's gonna find her booth?
Mm, I want to know who that lady is at the bar hugged up. That's what I
Mm.
want
You know, maybe this was the kind of stuff that doctor was writing about 100 years ago.
Oh no, I don't think so.
I mean, all of our ovaries is hurting right now.
We can count that out. We can be sure that was not it.
Very good, very good. It's really good to see the characters come to life like this from your
Oh
book.
yeah,
Really,
absolutely.
it's really good.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
really doing a good job. It's fun to watch from my end.
No, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is to hear others speaking the words you wrote. That's
Yes.
gotta feel awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, maybe we could do my book when I finish it.
Oh
All
yes.
right. Let's
I
finish it.
don't know though, because you talking about spicy. I've read part of your book.
Oh, I know, yes.
We may not be able to do a dramatic read on that one.
I didn't cuss in the book at all. So I think that was really good.
We will see. We will see. Well, we thank everybody for joining tonight. That is for sure. We hope that you are enjoying the train as much as we are enjoying presenting it to you and seeing the passengers leave the station week after week after week. But Ruth always has some information for you before we get off of the air and end the program. So, Ruth, what do you need to tell them tonight?
Absolutely. So if you have any questions about our show, if you would like to be on our show, if you have any questions for any authors or, at this point, any actors, just shoot us an email at authorsup@gmail.com. We are on social media. You can find us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Search for Authors Up Show. You can find a replay of this show on Facebook on Saturday night. So if you missed part 1, you can come back and watch it. Come back on this upcoming Saturday, and you can watch part 1 and 2. So, or we also upload it to our YouTube account or on our podcast if that is your preferred listening method. So, give us a try. Take us with you. You want to go?
That's it.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Our thanks this evening to Audrey Lynette Hines and Angela Oliphant, to Carmen Thompson, and also to Aisha Stocks. Those are actors, and we thank them so much. You
Well
guys
done.
did a great job. We appreciate you so much. And I don't know about you all, but I'm looking forward to boarding the train next week, and I know where it's going.
I was
That's
going to say,
right.
are we going to be out to station next week?
Drop the mic.
I want to see some action now. I want to see some action.
You want them to actually come off the screen to you.
No, I want them to get out the train tracks, the train station. I want to see them. I want some action now.
Well, I don't know whether we can give Queen Victoria the action she wants, but we'll definitely be back here on Sunday night, as we are every Sunday at 7 p.m. for you to join us for another segment of The Train, another edition of Authors Up. And we always tell you, you got to be here because you never know what's going to happen on Authors Up. It's our favorite place to be on Sunday nights, and we hope it will be yours as well. So that's it, everybody. Good night. Thanks for
Good
joining.
night.
Night, Bronze Girls.
Good night.
Feel better.